and from their own backed up. And then when they get out to the, between the 40s, that's when they open it up and start throwing a little bit more.
Coker under center. 3 receivers set, 2 left, 1 right. Henry the lone back. Play action for Coker. Steps up.
Boy, that's got to be a hold. Are you kidding me?
Now on the run, and Justin Garrett finally rides him out of bounds. And then a flag. Oh my gosh. A flag at the 36-yard line. This is incredible. And he was making a play.
And the official's hurt, but that's a bad call. First of all, Carl Lawson was getting mugged. I mean, I thought that was going to be an easy holding call. Carl Lawson literally was getting mugged, and he was just pushed out of bounds. How is that a penalty?
Well, and what happened, the official that threw the flag
saw him continuing to go out of bounds.
And then had his feet go out from under him.
Yeah, and he's hurt, but still, he was throwing the flag before he got hurt. Justin Garrett did nothing but push him on out of bounds. Rudy Ford, I think he wants to call the flag on Rudy Ford, who never touched him. Rudy Ford never touched
never
Coker.
Impacted the play once it went out of bounds at all.
And once again, an official going to make his mark on this Iron Bowl.
Yep.
And that's just pitiful. Another flag's being thrown on Gus. And that's just pitiful. This game had been fairly consistently officiated, minus the holding call that was just missed right there. But then you're going to have a 30-yard penalty getting Alabama off the hook. And it's just a shame that it goes this way all the time. It's really a shame.
Well, appeared to be a bad call on the late hit.
After the play, personal foul, late hit out of bounds, defense, 15-yard penalty, first out.
Well, I'm not sure Tom Ritter knows about this flag on the near side of the field either.
Yeah, that's, it seems like it never fails that
maybe a sideline warning and not a.
It seems like it never fails. There's always 1 or 2 controversial calls in this game.
Now, there's no doubt Rudy Ford made contact with.
He was falling down.
But he was falling down.
During the dead ball period, we had an unsportsmanlike conduct against the bench of Auburn. 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run. First out.
That's amazing. 30 yards in penalties. And I'm going to tell you something. I have never seen a coach in college football ride officials like Nick Saban does. Yep. And yet he continuously will never get one, but then Gus Malzahn gets an official for a penalty on unsportsmanlike.
And I can tell you.
Now, challenge me if I'm wrong. Have you ever seen a college coach ride officials like Nick Saban?
Well, I'm not sure I've ever seen a college coach get a penalty. They always let them have their say-so.
I mean, this is detrimental. A warning.
And here's the thing.
This is detrimental because now you're talking about field goal range.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
Completely changes the complexion of the game.
It's amazing.
Thanks to the men in stripes.
Officials are not designed to change outcomes. They're designed to officiate the game.
Henry hit at the line right there. Maybe that'll get this defense or continue to keep this defense fired up. Chris Frost and Carl Lawson make the stop. But you're right, Stan. Now you're well within Adam Griffith range. I say well within.
Well, officials are not there to determine outcomes of games. And in this particular case, 30 yards in penalties could very well do that.
Yep, Carl Lawson comes out. 2nd and 10. Mulaney in motion right to left. And it's Henry. Falls forward at the 31 for 3 yards. 3rd down and 7. Devontae Lambert getting him off his feet. And let me tell you something. I don't know if the penalty was on Gus or whether it was on Will.
I defy you to go back and find an Iron Bowl where Alabama had more penalty yards than Auburn at the end of it.
Well, it's baffling to me about the penalty on the coach. You never see that. They typically let them have their piece, but not tonight, not in this game. 3rd down, big play here for the Tigers. They'll shovel it ahead. This is Ardarius Stewart. Escapes 1 tackle. Can he get away? No, he can't. And he's hit at the 29 and driven back. Picks up 2 but it's still a field goal opportunity for Adam Griffith, and it'll be about a 46-yarder, well within his range. You just kind of got to hope you can make a play here.
Yeah, exactly. And this fan base should be upset because that's 30 give-me yards in penalties. And, yeah, you're right. Officials typically will let a coach have his say, and I guarantee you, I don't know a coach in college football that rides officials more than Nick Saban that doesn't get a penalty yet. Auburn side gets a 15-yard penalty. This will be a field goal range penalty.
47-yarder by Griffith. Let's just block this thing. Kick is up. The kick is good, and it's a 9-point game thanks to the officials.
Yeah, that's
22-13, 10:04 to go in the fourth. And let me tell you something. These fans, that bench, they have every reason to be upset. But unfortunately, there is not a darn thing you can do about it.
Exactly. There's nothing you can do. And Will Muschamp is in the head of Tom Ritter right now, and he should be, because that is ridiculous. I mean, that is ridiculous. And you know what? They have every right. Be consistent. And I'm going to tell you that needs to be sent to the SEC office, because you give a coaching on the sideline, you give them the leeway to make their point.
Yep, absolutely.
And you don't throw a 15-yard on the first time without a warning.
Timeout on the field. 22-13. Alabama up by 9 now. Eight-play drive, 52 yards, 3 minutes and 39 seconds. Adam Griffith, 47-yard field goal to give Alabama a 9-point lead, 22-13. And if this were basketball, we'd give it a couple of assists to the officials as Alabama now on top. Let's check in with Quentin Riggins for this Cook's Pest Control sideline report.
Guys, I know we got the kickoff, but let me clarify what the 15-yard penalty was on the Auburn coaches. Basically, Auburn coaches were asking about the holding call. Rod, I go to you on the kickoff.
All right. And it'll go through the end zone for a touchback. Q, go ahead.
All right, basically they were asking about, with the head linesman, Johnny Crawford, about the holding call or lack thereof on Carl Lawson while the 15-yard penalty was being talked about on the Alabama side. Then another official came in and threw the flag on Auburn's sideline. But Auburn coaches were talking to officials, guys, and the 15-yard penalty came down.
That 15 now, okay. The hit out of bounds was so-so. It was one of those okay. But then you add another 15. That 15-yard on the bench essentially was the field goal.
Yep.
Because it was a 46-yarder. It would have been a 61-yarder. And so that kind of stuff just can't happen. The inconsistencies.
Well, not at this level. Not in what is supposed to be supposedly the Premier League in the conference. You just can't. It just can't happen. Jason Smith in motion. They'll go straight ahead, though. Peyton Barber over the 25 out to the 27, so second down and 8. Reuben Foster cut him down. Thing is, still time, but you got to move the football here. You got to get some points here. Now down by 9. It's a 2-score game.
Yeah, you got to get a little bit more aggressive here. And you know what? You got to wipe that clean. What's happened has happened. And, you know, we can be frustrated about it and talk about it, but, you know, what's happened has happened. It's not going to get it back. It's pitiful, but still, that's the way it is.
Second and 8. Johnson to throw. Going to swing it out. Brock Thomas makes the catch. And Reuben Foster slings him out of bounds at the 30, and there's the flag.
Yeah, that's a
hallelujah.
Reuben Foster call, but, you know.
Reuben Foster wrapped up Thomas and then slung him out of bounds while he was right on the sideline. And that'll be a flag.
You hate to be devil's advocate there, and it was a flag, but you know what? It's a payback call.
For the play, personal foul, defense, number 10, laid it out of bounds. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
And a sarcastic, loud roar goes up from this Auburn crowd. That'll move it out to the 45-yard line, so first and 10 Auburn. And now you get a little field position here. Still got to execute. Auburn had a chance to execute on a couple of plays on their last offensive possession, and they could not.